All right, everybody, what's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to episode number 160 of SWAC Smoke. Of course, I'm your tour guide, C. Wells. We got the voice of reason over there, Jerome, representing the Rattlers. What is going on, man? How you doing today?
Doing good. Good to talk to you again. Broadcasting live from the Cozy Cove. Those that know where I'm at. But I'm feeling anxious, getting ready for another big HBCU football weekend. You know, the Rattlers up and on deck this week, so I'm getting the butterflies.
Yeah, it's that time. And we got the big soldier in the house. What's up, big soldier? What's going on with you?
Yeah, nothing much. What's going on, fellas?
Big
Hey,
soldier.
we just holding it down, man. I'm ready for action this week, man. You see, I got my soldier rag on, man. I got my camouflage shirt on. I
thought you was Silk the Shocker for a second. I was
Hey,
like, who is that guy?
hey, I'm circling the wagons this week, man. It's do or die this week, man. So I'm ready for action, man. Like, you know, all the craziness gotta cease, man. We gotta come out and handle business. So I'm ready for war, man. I'm dressed. I ain't got no Reeboks on. That's the only thing I'm missing. I ain't got my Reeboks on, but we're gonna make it happen, though. Oh yeah, they tore us up, man. If anybody saw the live on Saturday night, you only got like a quarter of how I was feeling, man. I was down bad all Saturday, and we're gonna talk about that game. We're gonna talk about a lot of other games. We got games coming up, but I'm trying, man. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I was trying to. My travel schedule been so crazy this season, man. I ain't been able to go to no games like I want to on the road this season. So I'm gonna be stuck in BR again, man. I'm trying to make some things happen, but work schedule keep changing. So I'm here at the crib holding it down. But I'm gonna start with Jerome since he was, you know, what was your thoughts on the Southern JSU game on Saturday?
What my thoughts on the game?
Yeah.
The JSU game? Oh, they just came in. They did, like I said, overpowered y'all. Once the quarterback from Jackson State threw a pass and it had an opportunity to get intercepted. If that Southern defensive back had intercepted that was early, like one of the very first and second drives in the game, that could have set the tone differently for the whole game. But when he didn't make that play, they just pounced on Southern and didn't let up. Offensive line, running back room looked like what they said it was. They have, I know at least I saw like 3 different ones carrying the ball, running backs catching it out of the backfield. Defense was flying all over the field. And once T-Set got hurt, it kind of seemed like Southern began to be able to pass the ball, and I thought they had more of an opportunity, ironically. But at that point, the game was kind of already decided. But they kind of just manhandled y'all.
Yeah,
The good thing about it is it don't count.
It don't count. It only count emotionally for me. It don't count in the standings, but emotionally,
yeah,
it counts. But
I guess the bad thing for JSU is that it don't count. You know,
yeah, exactly.
It don't really hurt.
They can't get that. They can't get that dub in the SWAC, so that kind of hurt them a little bit. But emotionally, I don't care what time of the year it is, whether the game count or not, man. Losing to Jackson State, it hurts in anything, man. Like it hurt to lose to Jackson State in anything. So when you get beat like that, and I had a moment where I looked at my wife in the first half, and I was like, man, this game gonna get ugly. Like I was like, I don't even know how many points they gonna score. Like I was like, they gonna hit 50 on us, you know, but I think they kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit. And you know, we got a couple garbage touchdowns, but you know, we got some serious questions, man. We got some soul searching to do. We got a lot of work to do and no time to do it. So, you know, I've been trying to be super positive with my team, you know, but they, you know, the questions that I had, they still ain't been answered. And that, you know, that's kind of scary going into your fourth game of the season. So
what? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
we kind of knew that Jackson State could run the football by how they kind of ran it in the previous games in the season. So that didn't really surprise me. But the way Southern defense played was, I think, the biggest surprise of the game. That was, the determining factor. I expected a little more from them.
That was the most disappointing part of the game, man, because I felt like if Southern came to play defensively, we could at least stay in the game. But Jackson State had a good game plan, man. They took advantage of Southern aggressiveness on defense. If you watch that game, especially the first couple of drives, like they had a big third down pass to J.D. Martin. It was a screen right where Kelby Givens came from. I mean, he ran right past him, dumped the ball over his head, 20, 30 yards down the field. They just took advantage of everything that we gave them. And offensively, we shot ourselves in the foot too much. And, we just allowed Jackson State to be able to pin their ears back. So we got to regroup and we got to find a way to run the football, man. I don't care how we do it. We got to find a way to run the football. I was sad that both starting quarterbacks went out in that game. I think both of them gonna be back. I know T-Sec out this week. We got bye week next week, so he want to play Saturday, but I think they just go ahead and hold him out. I don't think recruiting is the problem. We brought in players. I just don't think we putting them in the right position to play. We didn't have an amazing class, but I thought we brought in some solid guys, and some of our key contributors are guys that came in this season. But the offensive line is all new, and it just ain't happening right now. But I'm gonna let Big Soldier speak on it a little bit. Get his thoughts on what happened.
You sure you want my spouse?
Hey man, hey, ain't nothing else to hurt me.
You sure?
Ain't nothing can hurt me now.
Yeah, I'm tell you.
That's
it was a straight ass whooping, and that's how it was.
It was.
That's all it was, a straight up ASS whooping. And it could have got really ugly, but hey, it didn't. So it held on, So hey.
Well, I gotta start talking trash against JSU already, cause we got a big game coming up with them in the future. So I gotta give some pushback to the JSU fans out there on what I saw from them. And that is, it's either screen pass or a bomb. Nothing in between. They're gonna run it, they're gonna throw the screen, or they're gonna throw it over the top. That was the game plan I saw right there. Now it's up to the rest of the SWAC to stop that.
Somebody got to step up to the plate, man. I till about 6:05, I thought my boys was the ones that was gonna step up and do it, man. It just didn't happen that way, man. And we got to flush it and regroup. I'm eager. I'm a little bit more excited to see JSU against Grambling, because Grambling had Grambling won a nice game against Texas A&M Commerce on Saturday. They defense was 6 turnovers, so I think JSU gonna win that game, which I don't want to get too much into predictions yet, but I'm excited for what's coming up, because I think it's gonna be a good test for JSU.
Well, yeah, that game right there, I got that. I call that with a real SWAC championship contender stand up, because I already picked Grambling to win the West, and everybody else picking. A lot of people have picked Jackson State to win the East. So this possibly could be a preview to the SWAC championship game, but the real contender got to stand up out of this game. We're gonna really know what we got out of those two teams. Grambling showed grit by coming back and winning that game in overtime and stuff against Texas A&M Commerce, and Jackson did what they did against Southern and Lane. and they held their own against ULM. But we'll get a true judge to see what they are when they match up against each other. It's just too bad it don't count.
Especially in Grambling, that crazy things happen in Grambling. So I'm eager to see what happens. And we'll talk about the Southern PV game in a little while. But let's kind of look back at the action that took place this past weekend before we look forward. I'm gonna run through the games, and you guys can chime in on any game you want. Michigan State 40, Prairie View 0. I don't think that was much of a surprise to anybody. Good to see PV make it out of there and get the check and keep moving. A game that surprised me for like a half was Alcorn and Edward Waters. Alcorn 38, Edward Waters 7. That game was 3-0 late into the second half. Late into the second quarter.
Edward Waters was moving the ball. They were just out with little penalties and things that would back them up, and then they'll get fourth down and be in the red zone and go for it and not get it. And I think that kind of killed them. I was watching that a little bit. It took a minute for Alcorn to get control of that one.
Yeah, that was actually the moment I turned that game on, because I really wasn't watching it yet, and I saw the score was 3-0, and I was like, man, let me see what's going on. So, I think, and I turned over right on that possession. I think Alcorn came right back, and that was their best drive of the first half after they got that stop. And I think that took all the momentum from Edward Waters, and then from then on, Xavier Vaughn had a great game running the ball, passing the ball. So I think they did what they had to do. It wasn't pretty, but they did what they had to do. They got the, they still working out some things now. They at least got the win, which you don't want to lose a game like that, and you don't want it to be tight in the second half. So they ultimately did what they had to do, and they got up out of there. Bethune-Cookman 31, Western Michigan 59. All I'm gonna say is Darnell Dees, that dude is the truth. 2 touchdowns on kick returns, one at the end of the first half, one at the beginning of the second half. That was Bethune-Cookman in a nutshell in that game.
Well, they always have a dude like that can run that bad boy back.
And he definitely did it, untouched 2 times. I was like, Jesus.
I think what the other guy was, Jimmy Robinson.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, they keep somebody like that.
All right, so Pine Bluff. Oh, go ahead.
No, but they scored quite a few points. Other than that, what they put up, 31?
31. Yeah, they had a good game. As far as scoring points.
They showed some life offensively, at least, because they hadn't been doing that earlier in the year. So but the kick, like you said, the kick return helped.
You can't ask for much more than what happened. In a game like that, you give up big plays and you end up scoring some points. So it gives you something to build on and move from there. Tennessee State 41, Pine Bluff 28.
Well,
any thoughts on that game?
I heard that Eddie George was looking for Jackson State to come back and play in that game. That's about the.
It is what it is, bro.
That's the biggest headline I got out of that one. But honestly, they say that from what I heard, I ain't really watched that much. It wasn't on TV, from what I understand. But
wasn't it on HBCU Go? I thought it was on HBCU Go.
I haven't even seen no highlights or nothing like that. Even though I didn't really look hard. But Pine Bluff did score a few points in that game, But
I think the game was really real talk over with at halftime anyway. I think it was like 31 something at halftime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they jumped on them pretty strong early. Let me see if I put halftime score was 31-14.
Yeah.
So they
I think Pine Bluff might have scored first.
Yeah, they did.
Like that.
They scored first.
And then that's when it got loose on them. Tennessee
State had 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. That blew the game open. So
yeah,
let's see, it was 7-7 Pine Bluff. Tennessee State led 10-7, and then they just kind of ran off a couple touchdowns after that, and they really had that game under control. So, you know, you really can't ask for too much more than that in that kind of situation. Let's see. I don't know why my computer just jumped to a whole nother screen. Let me get myself back right.
Let me get my Boombox Classic review real quick.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say SU won the 0 quarter. JSU played a bunch of old songs. They kind of recycled songs that they had played earlier in the season. They sounded good. Everything sounded good. But I give JSU the 0 quarter. I mean, I'm gonna give SU the 0 quarter. Southern Jaguars the 0 quarter. JSU won the halftime show. I think they had a better drill, and they just looked better during the halftime show. And the 5th quarter was a tie. After about the first 3 songs, it all started sounding the same to me. So I'm gonna call it a tie. But JSU had some songs that stood out. Those Jeans. I think I might have sent y'all that link. Or maybe I did.
Yeah.
And then they had the anime song that they played that sounded good. And Southern played a Chris Brown song. I can't think of the name of it, but that I like that one too. But
Yeah,
that was nice. But I call it a tie.
Well, at least we won something.
They ain't want to let y'all in the stadium. I saw that video.
Hey,
they know they weren't supposed to come in there.
Hey, they don't like to let us in in the stands either. Sometimes opening up one gate, they don't be wanting us in there.
Yeah, they want it, and they inviting FAMU band up there to take that abuse. They want us to come up there and get some of that.
Hey, y'all might as well, man. Y'all in the SWAC now. It's y'all turn, man. It's y'all turn. It's your turn. Hey, you get to return the favor next year. So you know that's the way it goes. Give and take. Let them have their fun. Then you bring them back to your place, and you do them crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, teach me the way now. Teach me the ways.
I have a lecture in a little while. You know, let a couple more weeks go by. I have you good and ready. All right. A game we talked about a little bit already was Grambling and Texas A&M Commerce. Like you said, Grambling won overtime, 35-28. Looked like they were gonna drop that game for a minute, but they held strong and pulled it out. Got an interception at the end of the game to seal the game. 6 turnovers.
6 turnovers.
And that's it. But you know, anytime you can force a bunch of turnovers, you know you should win. And I thought they did a good job. I'm gonna let this comment slide today, man. I'm not gonna say much today. I'm focused on other people now, so y'all can get y'all licks in. I'm moving forward. I'll circle back in December though. Ain't nothing changed. 6-2 in the SWAC West. We hosting the SWAC championship game, so I hope everybody ready to come to Baton Rouge in December. I don't know if anybody been here in December, but it get a little brisky, so bring you a coat when you be on the bluff.
That mean the dancing girls gotta wear sweatsuits at that parade y'all gonna have down there. He always talk about that doggone parade.
Hey man, I'm trying to speak everything into existence. I told you the parade gonna be on Sunday. The game gonna be on Saturday. Parade gonna be on Sunday. Hey, Jerome ain't gonna never let me slide, man.
Nope. Nope. That's gonna be the parade day.
Alabama State 7, Samford 12. Bama State offense is just not there. It's just not there. I don't know what to say, but the offense is just not there.
I mean, at this point, Bama State got to feel like they have played an entire SWAC season. and it ain't nothing but week 4 or 5. But they have been through the wash, all up and down through the on the football field with injuries and in the tabloids and everything else. And they just getting a little taste of what it's like to be up there on the top, be the big dog with everybody looking at you and focusing on you and all that kind of stuff. They've had a bunch, I think, of unfortunate incidents. So, you know, I don't really think it's kind of hard to judge their offense with what they're going through at this point. Because they're down to what, 4th quarterback? Something like that?
Yeah.
And you're a freshman, like a true freshman?
Actually, the 3rd string and that guy are both freshmen, I think.
Right. So that's tough. I mean, how much do you think them guys really know, or as far as offensive wise? So, you know, honestly, I'm surprised they played Sanford that close. Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they just sorry. I don't know. Sanford.
If it wasn't for their defense, man, it'd be an ugly sight. You know, their defense is just carrying all the load. I feel bad for them dudes. They're carrying all the load, and they just not getting it done. This game, the score was a surprise, but I mean, obviously the winner wasn't a surprise. But Alabama A&M 24, Georgetown 16. A&M they just could not score. Like they were in a dogfight the whole game, and pun intended. They were in a serious dogfight in that game.
Well, I keep hearing both sides. Everybody say that the Georgetown team is such a great NAIA team. So, you know, I don't know if you give them credit for being in a dogfight with a great NAIA team or whatever division they're on, team or what, but or do you take away for them having to struggle that hard against that team? They still a question to me too.
Yeah,
you know, you really don't know what to expect from them.
I think the thing for me is you can't really say they struggled because they had 515 yards of offense. They just could not score. When it came time to score, they just couldn't do it. So they moved the ball up and down the field. Georgetown bent but didn't break all night long. I still think no matter what, you should, you know, them teams got talent, but at some point you should be able to exert yourself on them.
Man, and you got to think about this, though, see, where they ran the ball. They ran their offense and everything with precision and execution. They executed their plays well. They lined up well. They blocked assignments well. That was a well-coached team.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna take it from the big soldier.
They not gonna schedule. They won't mess with that team no more. They're gonna do a little research. I think some of these ADs got to do a little research before they just up and schedule teams like that, because you don't know. Dealing with them, nobody. I didn't know who they were.
Not me either.
I think
I still don't know.
When it comes to, like, you know, teams like that, hey, you better do your research. Hey, if you want to play somebody, stick to your Edward Waters, Texas colleges, lanes and stuff.
Now I will give Alabama and them a little bit of grace. They weren't supposed to play this team. They were supposed to play somebody else, and the game fell through or something. So they picked them up at the last minute. So they didn't intend to play these people. They just kind of picked them up, and you know, you kind of got what you didn't expect. Yeah, they one of them kind of teams. You know, like I said, back in the 90s, Central State was a fool as an NAIA team. They was beating people hands down. So, you know, you really can't sleep on nobody, man. And that's why I don't like games against teams like this, because it's a no-win situation for you. You win by 50, everybody gonna say you're supposed to. If you win close, everybody gonna talk about you. And God forbid if you lose, it's over. So, you know, it really wasn't much to do to help them out in this situation. And they needed wins coming off of that Auburn game. So we'll find out a lot more about them moving forward. Like you say, they still got a lot of questions to me. it's tough to answer them right now. The last game we got this past week was Valley and Murray State. I saw somebody say Valley was gonna beat Murray State, and I was like, I don't want to talk bad about Valley in a public space because the person wasn't a SWAC person, and I didn't want to dog Valley out in front of them. But I didn't think the game would be this bad. But Valley did not show up at all.
Isn't that where FAMU defensive coordinator at? Didn't he go to Murray State?
I think so.
No, Houston to lock that down.
Yeah, they
know that.
They locked everything down and slammed the door and locked it off.
You already knew he was gonna lock that down.
they locked it completely down, man. And I thought Valley had a decent chance because of the way they played the week before against Lamar, but they just did not show up and they got beat pretty bad. And typical Valley loss.
I ain't expect them to hang in there with Murray State like that, bro. Who they play? They're Murray State, right?
Yeah.
Murray State, yeah.
I thought they were gonna hang with you thought they were gonna win. Man.
I didn't say win, I just say I thought they were gonna be competitive.
Right.
What, the band wise? That's why I don't think they gonna win.
Whatever, don't that what it is, the marching green and white, whatever. All right, that's my old man. Whatever they is, they got bigger this year, man. Don't sleep on Valley.
They huge and they loud and huge. It's a lot of
the whole school in the band.
Yeah. Either you're in the band or the football team or the basketball team, you do something at that school. If you go there, you invent something.
That's it. It's like one of the one-room schools. Everybody do something. You're a part of something.
I didn't want to say that. It's like one of them charter schools.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna be on the flags,
you something.
Hey, you're gonna participate.
Whether you want to or not, you gonna do something. You're gonna do something whether you want to or not. All right. Let's take a look at week 4. We'll start off with the first game of the day. Bethune-Cookman hosting Clark Atlanta. That game is on HBCU Go. 2:00 Eastern time kickoff. This is an entertaining game, man. I think Bethune-Cookman gonna take care of business, but Clark got a nice offense when it comes to passing the ball. So I think they might be able to move the ball a little bit, but I think Bethune-Cookman gonna find a way to get some offense going and win this game. I think it's gonna be tight for a while.
But Bethune can't let Clark come in there and steal a win by them looking forward to Alabama State, because I think they play Alabama State next weekend, the week after that.
Yeah,
so they better keep their head where their feet at, or however the saying goes. The main thing.
There you go.
Because Clark, shoot, ain't no telling how many points they would have scored in their last game. They stopped their last game at halftime because of the weather. It was 28-28.
Yeah, they scored points now. Yeah. I think they scored like 40-something points in one game and then 27 or 24 in the other game. So they scored points in all their games, and they've been throwing the ball around.
Man, the thing about this, hey man, we got to chill out about this stadium. To make mockery of people at Ward in the city, man. Come on, man. I don't know if that's a FAMU guy, man, but
saying what about what now?
Man, come on, y'all. We went too far with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? God dang, we talking about stadium still in the comments, y'all.
I don't even know how I hit it, man. I was like, I guess I was scrolling and I hit it, but it's one of we got to keep our trash talk to just sports, man.
He cannot be FAMU, bro.
I don't know which one.
Jackson, Mississippi, we can't do nothing about the water, bro. We trying to do best about it, but God, hey, no, it's a little too far, man.
I don't know. I don't see it. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah, like I say, I try to stay out of that kind of stuff, man. I don't know. I think I hit it by mistake, but
I ain't gonna lie.
you know, we can just keep this to football, man, or whatever, you know, and we can say whatever when it comes to football, but you know, certain things can't nobody help. We all got issues, man, in our city.
Man.
So let's keep it on up and up right now. Anyway,
we all black, man.
Hey, we all kinfolk, man.
Right now, man.
We all kinfolk. Let's
all kinfolk. We all black, and I don't understand sometimes why we talk down on each other, man. And we all, I don't know, man. Anyway, y'all want to talk about that? We're gonna do that after the show, man. Anyway, let's keep it rolling. My bad.
Hey, it's all good, man. You know, hey. All right, so let's get the car back on the road.
Yeah.
Anybody got any else? Anybody got any other thoughts about the Bethune-Cookman game?
I think it's a good matchup for them, honestly. Man, but if they lose that game, ooh, that mean the traction is the direction of the season in the toilet.
It's pretty much you 0-4 with a D2 loss and conference play start the next week. So that's a tough spot to be in. So like I said, I think they're gonna pull it out.
Battle.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a battle, but I think they're gonna pull it out. A game that would not be close, and I hate to say this all the time because I do love these people, but Valley going to Thibodeau to take on Nicholls State. Nicholls has not looked like a lot of people thought Nicholls would look this year, but it seems like when Valley come to town, everybody get right. And I expect Nicholls to run the ball like 100 times in this game. Colin Guggenheim gonna have at least he gonna carry the ball at least 35 times in this game. Nicholls got some issues on their team this season, but they're gonna play hard against Valley. They got walloped against Sacramento State on Saturday, and I watched them play LSU a little bit, and I would love for Valley to soften them boys up a little bit before they come to Baton Rouge in a couple of weeks because we need all the help we can get.
Soften them up.
I got my green on. Let's go, Valley.
So you think Valley can possibly win that game?
Man, I'm not going to say that. I say they're going. I think they're gonna come to play, man. I think they're gonna ride up in them buses, hop off, and go in John L. Gidger Stadium and smack Nicholls State in the mouth one time, and then see what happens from that. That's what I think, bro.
I kind of feel like with Valley, and I may be wrong, but I just don't think Ty Jerry Williams is the quarterback. I don't think he's really the answer for them at quarterback. I think he's a good athlete, but I think he's better suited somewhere else. But I guess if he's gonna ride Ty Jerry, he's probably gonna ride smooth out of a job, though. It's just gonna be for real.
I do agree that he kind of took a step back this year, but he did miss a little bit of time with an injury. So maybe I think they said like in the first game he got hit in the eye or something like that. So maybe he just ain't seeing things right. But I'm surprised that I have not seen Jackson Davis at all. The kid made all SWAC as a tight end freshman, preseason all conference, and he nowhere to be found. So I think a guy like that, you got to get the ball in his hands, and they have to find something, man. I just want them to do well, man. I don't even want to know what the point spread is, but yeah, you take Nicholls State and the point, and you take the over because they're gonna. I think Nicholls just gonna run the ball a lot in this game, and Valley, hopefully they can hold up. That's all I can say. All right. This is a game I don't really want to talk about, but I'm sure other people do. That's Southern and Prairie View. I don't. Neither one of these teams got any consistency, but I think Prairie View in a little bit better spot than Southern is right now because I think Southern just. I don't know, man. I don't know. You played a decent game against McNeese that you should have won. You played up and down against Savannah State, and then you just didn't show up on Saturday. I don't know. Slow starts have killed this team. You can't keep starting slow.
This will put up a show up game for both of these teams because it counts in the standings, right?
Oh,
This means something. So whoever lose this one is, especially Prairie View, they really
got a conference loss.
Yeah. So this is as big as it gets for this weekend right here. This is kind of like the premier SWAC matchup of the weekend because it's like the only one that really counts. So I expect Prairie View. I expect Prairie View to win just because they're at home, and I heard that Southern been winning every time they go down there. I just think they're gonna probably break the streak this year.
I got PV. I think PV.
And based off of what I saw Southern do last week,
But I won't be surprised if Southern win. If Preview lose this one, me and Bubba McDowell, our friendship over, bro.
Yeah, he like they say on like G them say on Swacking the Fool, he gonna be driving standing up because if he lose that one. But I can see Southern winning. I can see Southern winning this game just based on what you were saying earlier about how they played against McNeese. But it's just, you're only as good as your last outing.
Exactly. I can't disagree at all. It's the thing about Southern that annoys me is, and it's one of those things that a lot of people don't want to hear because it's just talk. But Southern got guys on the team that can make plays, but for whatever reason, I don't know. We got a bunch of practice guys and not game guys, or we got practice coaches and not game coaches. I don't know what it is, but there's a disconnect somewhere, and they have to soul search before this game. Now, I will say, I'm a history person. I'm a superstitious person. I'm always try to find that silver lining for my team. The last time we got our ass beat by a Mississippi team and we went to Prairie View the next game, we won. So Alcorn whooped our ass on homecoming in 2018. We went to Prairie View and we won. Jackson State beat our ass in 2024. We can go to Prairie View and win. That's all I'm saying.
What you asked Google that?
Huh?
Hey, what did you ask Google that question right there? What happened the last time we lost by bad to a Mississippi team?
I keep that in my head.
That's Google right there.
I keep that in my head.
That sounds like an Ask Jeeves question. I remember Ask Jeeves back in the day. Jeeves, I know that,
I keep certain things in the tuck, man. You just don't know when you want to pull it out. That's a scenario for everything, but
that's a good one.
You never know, but I got to find whatever I can find to get myself right for this game because I don't really feel good about this game right now. So I just,
What time is that game? What time?
6 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Same time.
Hope both teams. I think the key for that whoever wins that game is going to be turnovers. I think whoever could limit the turnovers and be able to run the football is going to win.
Exactly. That I totally agree.
I think
totally
whoever
agree.
quarterback can pass the ball is going to win that game. Both of them going to run the ball probably.
Biden to me looked pretty good until he threw them couple interceptions. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man, honestly, bro, just me looking at just being an honest opinion, Southern really got some good talent. Like they got some good receivers, good backs. A couple guys on the D line look pretty good to me. I think it's just gonna be a few things in the secondary and Southern's linebackers that's and the O-line is the question. You know what I'm saying? Can we be
the O-line been my issue.
Yeah.
You've been saying
spring.
that for a while. Yeah, you've been saying that for a while.
So, like I say, man, I just, I always try to find parallels for everything. So that's how I cope with Southern, man. We've had bad starts before and ended strong. I'm not gonna write my team off ever. I'll be mad, but I'm never gonna write them off. But they fight an uphill battle. So like you say, it's a must win for both teams, and it's early in the season to say that. But for Prairie View, if they lose Saturday, they play Grambling next week.
Yeah,
that's tough. They could be 0-3, or they could beat Southern and beat Grambling and be 2-1 and be in good shape. So
and be in a good spot. Yeah,
this game could go so many ways. I think nobody gonna score over 27 points in this game, if that much, because I just don't think either offense can do a lot on their own. Now, if somebody turn the ball over a lot, you might see some points. But this could be.
Which defense gonna stand up? You think?
I mean, I still, I still think Southern defensively got more. I think they returned more guys from last season, and they shown the ability to get them stops. Now, it didn't happen Saturday, but they did play really well in both first two games. Other than that slow motion touchdown they gave up against Savannah State.
We ran down the sideline.
Yeah, because ain't nobody know he still was running. But they only had 65 yards in that whole game. McNeese had under 250 in that game. So I thought defensively, I think the ability is down. I hope they take to heart what happened Saturday, but they got a rebound. So I just I still, as a fan, I'm always gonna go with Southern, but as a person who hosting the show, I give PV the edge because they're at home, man. I hate that because I want Southern to keep that win streak going, but streaks in all the time. So I think PV get a slight edge at home. So let's jump from that game. I guess we can talk about these other two games before we get to the other big game of the week. Take Southern and Lamar. Y'all got any thoughts on that game?
I don't know anything about Lamar. I don't know.
I don't know nothing much about Texas Southern, honestly. Either so.
Texas Southern gonna just play football. They gonna play basic football, from what I see.
I gotta just sit down and watch them, man.
They gonna play football.
No offense, but I really don't know much about them.
Yeah, they gonna play football.
What time the game come on? If it's available, I'll watch it.
That game is that's a 6 o'clock game too. Pretty much every game except for a couple like 6 o'clock.
Right.
It's on ESPN Plus, so you could check it out.
I just watch the replay. I'm not gonna watch it live. I think everybody gonna be tuned to J-State Grambling.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I don't know. My mindset could be anywhere on Saturday, so I might be watching somebody else by the time the fourth quarter come around.
I know. Hey, y'all heard that Mike Norvell gonna be in the SWAC next year?
He's gonna be coaching that Southern.
That be all right there. Norvell might be in the SWAC, man. He up out of there, Florida State.
Man, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about that. I've been blocking everything Florida State on my social media for the last 3 weeks, man. I don't even want to.
It's been rough. It's been rough in Tallahassee.
It's been a rough football season for me, period, man. So before we jump back into these other games, y'all saw what happened Sunday with Dallas and New Orleans. I had the worst weekend, man. Florida State lose to Memphis, Southern get mollywopped by Jackson State, then the damn Saints beat Cowboys.
Dallas still can't stop the run
at all. Them boys in Albert Camaro looking like it was 2017, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I thought, I'm a Cowboy fan. I thought they picked up Linville Joseph. We need somebody.
Man, they
stand
need
up
to
in the
go
middle.
to the drawing board, man. They need to go to the drawing board. And that's a whole another subject.
I know who coming to save the Cowboys. Papa Prime.
Don't say that.
Hey, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
Man, you talking about the biggest show on earth, or whatever they call it. That'll be a real circus right there.
Show on earth.
With Prime and Jerry Jones. You talking
Jerry
about
Jerry gonna sell the hell out of them standing room only tickets, boy.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
It'll be $1,000.
Everybody going. I'll take a trip for that first game.
No. I don't want to see that. No.
I'm desperate, man.
I do not want to see it.
No, man, no. We don't need nobody. Everybody watch the Cowboys anyway. You don't need to watch us. We don't need that. We don't need that. So that'll be just overkill.
Everybody know what Dallas be doing, man. People who don't even like Dallas know more about what Dallas be doing than I do. So
keep me up to date with everything.
They do. They always be, man, Dallas did this. I'm like, I didn't know that. What your team did? I don't know, man. I can't keep up with nobody. But
America's team.
And that's right, man. We America's team. But back to SWAC ball. Pine Bluff and Central Arkansas. I think Central Arkansas got some really great dudes. I think I saw Blue say that they got the front runner for the Walter Payton Award and the Buck Buchanan Award. So they loaded on both sides of the ball. They scored a lot of points in their 2 wins, and they had a close win. They had a close loss against who did they early in the season. I think they had a close loss, but to Arkansas State, they didn't get beat that bad in that game. But they're gonna Pine Bluff. I think they slowly gonna start sliding backwards back to where they were, but they got some potential, man. They Pine Bluff got a couple guys that can play.
Mekhi Hagan's looking good.
Yeah, he's looking good. O'Shawn Ross, the running back, is solid. And Giovanni Gibson.
What the white boy at linebacker? He been head busting too.
Yeah, like I say, man, they putting together a pretty
solid,
they putting together a pretty solid team. I don't know how many games they're gonna win, but they at least they look like they're competing. And that's all I wanted from them. So hopefully they can keep pushing. We're gonna save that game for last, the one I really want to talk about. But I'm gonna let Jerome handle this one. FAMU and Troy. I'm gonna let Jerome speak on that one.
FAMU and Troy. Hopefully we can have a showing like we've had against the previous FBS teams that we played, excluding University of Miami. When we played North Carolina and we played USF in the previous seasons, we were right there in both of those ball games, through all the adversity in the North Carolina game, and then right into the last drive of the USF game. So, that hopefully we can get that kind of same production, or I guess I should say gameplay out of this game coming up this weekend against Troy. I saw Coach on the coach's show. He said he went back to tackling in the fundamentals at the beginning of the practice this week. So they kind of got back to doing fundamental things. I guess basically he was saying he took it almost back to a training camp so that FAMU could get back to the basics and do the FAMU things, which is number one, don't give up over 100-yard rushing. When they've been giving up like 200, I think, per game. So I know I saw some highlights from the Troy. They got a little receiver / punt returner, whatever you want to call it, number 7. He electric. But they haven't won a game this season, so they're gonna be, they looking at us like this their first opportunity to come in and get them a win because they see us as a little FCS school program. But FAMU, if we really want the respect in the Black college football community, we need to go out here and get this win because, so people cannot say when the last time we beat the FBS team, so on and so forth, when we beat the FCS team other than a SWAC school or other than a HBCU. So it's important for FAMU as a program to go out there and get this win. I think that we got enough FBS talent on the team to match up with these guys, even though they had the 85 scholarships. So, but you know, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna make the trip, but I will be here watching it in the cozy cold.
Hey, that's even better. That's one thing about it, because if it turn out bad, at least you're at home.
Exactly. Take it from me. If it turn out bad, you ain't got to get in no car and go nowhere. You
just hey, just lay back and just reminisce.
You just do
hopefully, this. I expect our offense to play, you know, right now, and I didn't think I would be saying this. Our defense is the question mark. And I don't think anybody in HBCU football, even with all the turnover we had, thought that the defense was going to be kind of sort of the weak point on the football team. Everybody assumed that it was going to be the offense that wasn't by losing Willie Simmons, you know.
Yeah, I was really surprised at defense, the way they've been kind of pushed around in the run game.
Yeah. So you know, I don't know. I don't know what they got to do, because it ain't like Madden. We can't go make no trades and bring in no no free agents. So we got to find them on the roster. You know what I mean?
Can't bring in them 99 rated dudes.
We got to find them on the roster. But I got confidence. I got confidence that we're gonna do it. And at some point, the defense got to get a turnover, an interception. You know, if we get a little bit of help from the defense by them making a big play, a pick six, or creating a short field for us, that can't do nothing but boost the offense, because the offense been pretty much getting it out of the mud. Defense hadn't really been setting them up in no positions to get no easy, quick drives, short drives, so on and so forth. So, you know, we still ain't played the perfect game, searching for it. But Troy is in Alabama, and y'all know what that means. That's part of that gauntlet. Yeah. So, but I don't want to get ahead of myself yet. I don't even have it, you know. But let us win.
It's gonna magically appear.
Yep. That's right.
All right.
Troy been pretty bad this season.
Yeah, they have.
There's a possibility they got a good shot. You might can go ahead and catch them while they down.
Yeah. We gotta play like the HBCU national champs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we gotta do.
I'm gonna say this. Troy gave up 38 points to Iowa. It took Iowa like 4 games to score 38 points last season, so that's not a good look for their defense. But you can expect them. The one thing I say about them kind of teams is they could struggle like hell, but for some reason, when one of our teams show up, they turn into another level. So you can expect them to be ready. But if you can make some plays and make this thing interesting, you just never know how it's gonna turn out. So I look forward to FAMU showing up, and I do think Troy gonna have a chip on their shoulder, because for whatever reason, them kind of teams just get amped to another level when one of our teams step in their stadium. So should be an entertaining game.
That's all right. We got already know going up there. There's gonna be a lot of rattlers making the trip up there.
Hey, check this out though. Dig this though. FAMU got a secret weapon. When they see that 36 come off the bus, that's all you need to know. Y'all might got a shot, Jerome.
That thick 36 on travel? Oh, they traveling?
I don't know about that.
That's a dub. I
think they still is in Alabama somewhere. They're a newscaster in Alabama somewhere. Thick 36 is a newscaster in Alabama.
Hey, you can chalk that one up as a win.
Y'all need to let that go, man.
No, that ain't going nowhere. Let's run through these other couple games before we close out with the game I've been wanting to talk about. Alabama and them and Austin P. Austin P, another team that ain't been playing that well. A&M, still a lot of questions. I want to see how this game turn out. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I picked A&M to win it because I think we as a league need to win some of these games.
Yeah.
So I picked them for that reason.
I got Austin P though, C. Wills.
I don't blame you. I told you the only reason why I picked them.
Down, man, but I'm pulling for it, but I just feel like they're gonna let me down, man. I hope they win. But that seat getting hot though.
Yeah, it's getting pretty steamy. This is another game I'm interested in. Alcorn and McNeese. Alcorn beat McNeese. You know, they didn't have it up on them the last couple of times they played. I think defensively, Alcorn gonna be in this game. But I need to see what they're gonna do offensively. McNeese got like I'm gonna say this: if you haven't seen McNeese play, the only name you need to hear and know is Micah Davey. That dude gonna be all over the field. He gonna finish with about 15 or 17 tackles. He gonna be everywhere. Clifton McDowell been up and down. Their running game been up and down. I don't think they got the best coaches. So Alcorn got a good chance in this game if their offense show up to play.
Well,
it's over.
The real Alcorn show up.
If he's out, then McNeese in trouble. So and that's from watching them not really do nothing against Southern. You can contain Clifton McDowell. You can contain the offense. They got backs that can run really well, but they fumble a lot. So if Alcorn can force them turnovers, like I know their defense can, like G say, that crackhead defense. If everybody get to the rock, then it's gonna be tough.
Man,
so I still like Alcorn in a tight game, man. I think they can, for whatever reason, Alcorn has solved the McNeese puzzle that we can't solve. So go Braves.
Alcorn defense should do it. Alcorn defense should play. I think they'll keep them in the game. But the offense got to play like it did the second half of the Edward Waters game. The quarterback got to play like that.
I'm gonna give y'all the recipe for Alcorn winning this game.
I know what it is.
Strong defense. Score 17 to 20 points. Don't get a field goal block. Don't snap the punt over the punter's head, and you make it out there alive. I'm telling you.
You've seen it. You've seen it before.
Just don't do what we did, and you'll be okay.
Cedric Thomas, you got to change your visor. I'm tired of seeing that you done went to J.C. Penney and you got Alcorn put on that visor in regular letters. I need you to go to the bookstore and get a current visor. I do not want to see that anymore. Not the gas station visor that's at the gas station on campus. Go to the bookstore and get a Alcorn logo official.
Right.
New era. Alcorn visor. If I see that, we're gonna have some problems. G, get your boy visor. That's all. G.
That visor is worth 7 points for McNeese, huh?
Michelle McNair, somebody get that man a Diana. Somebody get him the correct visor. Now just get him a reputable visor. I'm tired of seeing that visor.
We're gonna put G in charge of making sure he got a new hat for the game. So have him short, man. Have him short. All right. Final game of the week. This is a game I'm interested in seeing play. Too bad it's not a conference game. Grambling and JSU. I'm gonna let the JSU person. I'm gonna let you talk on this. I ain't really got a lot to say. I wish y'all both could lose. You know, to make me happy, but that can't happen. So, go for it, big soldier.
Man, I just hope we can get the win. I hope we just get out the hole with everybody healthy and have it with a dub, I think it's gonna be a hard fought game. I don't. It's hard to beat Grambling in a hole, man. I think it just has a significance on Jackson State because it ain't easy coming in there to beat it. I want to say JSU by 10 in this game. I think Grambling gonna have a pretty good showing offensively. I think they're gonna give JSU a few hiccups on defense, but I think Jackson State gonna be able to run the football. I think that's gonna be one of the keys because I know Grambling, one of their soft spots is rushing. You know what I'm saying? Defensively, you know what I'm saying? Like they give up a lot of rushing yards. If they give up a lot of rushing yards, they not gonna be in the game.
Oh yeah. I will say this. What I couldn't say last week, I'm gonna say this week. Herb Mulligan gonna eat, bro. I'm looking forward to watching him run the ball. I was highly upset that he played Saturday. I was hoping they held him out another week, but I like to watch that dude run the ball. And I think if Grambling run defense can't show up, Jackson State got a solid backfield, man. They loaded back there. You know, if everybody in that backfield capable of breaking one. So if you can't stop them running the ball, that's gonna change the whole outlook of the game. And then just you don't have to really do a lot with their passing game, which they got guys that can make plays. I mean, you know, the tight end Landy been playing well. You know, of course, Quintillion been making some big catches. Isaiah Spencer. Hell, we ain't even saying about Fabian McCray. You know what I'm saying? So
he dropped one that
he had to drop
toward him.
He had to drop then. He had to drop in the ULM game. You know, so he, that's the guy that's an all conference guy. He ain't even made a play really yet. So those guys are there. Grambling offense should be able to move the ball through the air. I want to see how they run the ball with Bradford and Hargrove. It should be an interesting game, but I just don't know about that man on the sideline coaching Grambling offense. That's what got me.
That's gonna be the
kicker right
there because Grambling, I think they were saying Grambling been kind of struggling when it comes to getting going on offense. Yeah, they've been having little bumps in the road in the offense, but one thing about it, this ain't the game to have bumps in the road on your offense.
Yeah.
Because if not, they could get ugly like real quick. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Jack State offense, Grambling probably keep the same.
Grambling got
it going, but if they do get to going,
Grambling got to pass Jackson out of their running game. So what they got to do is defense got to come up with some kind of play or some kind of stop, like Southern failed to do early in that game.
Exactly.
And then they got to throw the ball. Go ahead and throw the ball around the yard and try and score touchdowns. If they throwing the ball and scoring fairly fast and it's taking Jackson a while to move the ball and score touchdowns, I think you can pass them out of the game if I'm making any sense to you. And you got the quarterback of the year, preseason quarterback of the year. They loaded with weapons. I'm talking about Grambling now. So that's what I would do. Now that's easier said than done with the way Jackson defense has been playing. Their defensive front four and linebackers too, the way they've been coming on the blitz and stuff. But I think that's the formula for winning. Just throw them right out of there running. Y'all gonna run, we finna throw this on y'all ass. And keep throwing and keep going. That's
I think that's Grambling's only chance. It's to make this a game that's up and down. Try not to turn the ball over and basically outscore JSU. I don't know if they can do it, but I think that's what they got to do. They gotta make sure they keep JSU from controlling that ball. Because if JSU run for 200 yards in this game, they win.
It's over with.
They win. So Grambling task is to hold JSU to. I'm gonna say I don't even know if they could do it, but you got to hold them to 150 or less. if they get anything over 150, JSU will win in this game because they controlling the clock and they control the line of scrimmage. So if it get physical and JSU blow Grambling off the ball, is tough. Grambling defense got to dig in, man. They're going to play the game that they ain't played all year. So they're going to dig in and make some plays. And
I put it on the quarterback. I put it on Grambling quarterback. He got to play like the SWAC player of the year.
Yep.
That's it. Point blank. Period. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of them games where he got to do it. He got to frustrate Jackson defense and score touchdowns. They can't be kicking field goals. And then eventually, if you keep seeing the same run over and over and over and over again, at some point you got to be able to stop. You will be able to come up with some stop. And, I may be in the minority, but I'm not completely sold on Jackson passing game. That's just me. So you gotta make them throw the you gotta make Jackson throw the ball, basically. You say I'm gonna be sold.
We'll find out October 19th.
Hey.
Boy, it's gonna be looking like that day. I'm gonna think it's the rat boys out there.
Hey.
Like, boy, did I see rat boys?
Hey.
When the boys are turning to Jockway Nunnally.
Bishop. What
all right. Hey, I tell you like this right here. If we got y'all throwing the ball, I like our chances.
I'm gonna table that one for another time because y'all can go all night on that one. I will say before we get out of here, man. Anytime you say Rack Boys, bro, I get flashbacks and PTSD, man. Jockway Nunnally, I was at Southern the night he set the receiving record. That dude was caught like 100 passes against us. All of them 5 yards shorter. We could not stop nothing. But that's different. He was just
quick. He was quick.
He was, man. Like, and we always played a zone against FAMU, and they just picked us apart. Grambling used to play man to man against FAMU and just level the receivers every time they catch the ball. And eventually they're gonna drop them. We used to sit back and let them catch in front of us, then try to come and make the tackle miss, and they gone. So that's why we never had no success against them. But anyway, y'all got anything else y'all want to add before we get up out of here?
Go Rattlers.
Go Tigers.
Go Jaguars, man. I'm still riding with my team, and in a couple of weeks, y'all gonna see me with my T-shirt on because I'm about to get my Anthony Lawrence selection T-shirt one of these days. I'm supporting my boy. He'll be back in 2 weeks, hopefully, and the T-shirt train gonna be rolling again. So let's go, Southern.
All right,
y'all. We out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Y'all going to game. Be safe, and we'll holler at y'all next week.